What is up, my beautiful beauties? Welcome back to my channel. I am Michaella Shanti if you beauties are new here to my channel. So today, beauties, in this video I'm gonna show you guys how you guys can create a beautiful 60s retro vibe today. I am completing this look over here with the BhCosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, beauties. This is what it looks like over here. It has a beautiful array of colors and shades from pinks to orange. This is very also summery and springtime themed. So beauties, we are definitely focusing on a retro vibe for this look. So what I first got into, beauties, I'm gonna be taking these two shades from the palette. So beauties, the first two shades that we're starting into is these two lighter pink shades over here. So we're gonna focus that really on the inner corners of our eye, of our eyelid. And for this look, beauties, as well, I'm going into a flat concealer brush. This is just a flat concealer brush from Eco Tools. So I'm just taking those two shades. It's a very light matte pink shade. And before we get into this, girl, I totally forgot we gotta set our freaking eye, girl. So what we're gonna get into, so what I always usually use to set my eyes, I'm going into the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camoflauge Concealer over here. So I usually just give it about, you know, a little bit of 2 dots. We don't want to do too much. We really just want to focus on setting the eye. Alright, beauty, so that's about my desired look over here for this set before we do our eyes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm really going to out trace, as you guys can see on the right side of the eye over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to out trace where I'm going to have my retro lined out liner. So what we're gonna do, beauties, is we're gonna take this more reddish kind of peachy shade and this darker pink shade, and we're gonna blend those two together to get a nice beautiful peachy color over here. And same thing, beauties, I'm just focusing that patting motion on my eyelid over here, and we're just really focusing that pat. And I'm also gonna bring this liner down as well, because you guys are gonna see later in the video, we're gonna bring our liner that we have over here, we're gonna bring it even down a little bit more after we put on our concealer and everything. So as you guys can see, I started more on the inner corner of my eye, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start on the inner corner with my eyeliner, and I'm gonna take it out in a circular motion and bring it right down. And beauties, this makeup tutorial is also inspired by somebody who was very iconic back in the 1960s. Her name is Twiggy. So this makeup tutorial is really inspired on the types of looks she did. So I do see, you know, places where I can make it more nice and clean. So what we're gonna do, beauties, is I'm gonna take my flat concealer brush from Ulta. We're gonna pop on what we did use on our lids to set our base. So we're gonna go back in with that e.l.f. 16-Hour Camoflauge Concealer, and I'm going to pat that on. And while I'm patting that on, I am going to also trace out where we did our liner so we can make it nice and clean cut, and it's gonna look very smooth on where we put our liner application. This eye look is definitely not done. We still have some toppers that we're gonna create for this eye, but we are going to get into our face, girl, and then we're about to finish up this eye look. So beauties, this is what the lash is looking like. This is the lash in the style Babe. So beauties, these are the lashes by She Lash. You also can find her on Instagram at Captive Moon Beauty. She did recently just change her name, but she still has her same lashes, you guys. Definitely good quality. I love her lashes. They're definitely very wispy, beautiful. You can create a natural look and also a glammed up look with her lashes. And also, don't forget, beauties, use my discount code LOVEMichaela1 for free shipping on anything on the website that you guys order. And I'm just gonna pop these on off of camera real quick, and then we're gonna get into doing our full face over here, beauties, okay? So for prepping and priming my skin, I'm getting into this GLASSY Touch in Soul primer over here. It is also a moisturizer. It uses as a double. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on, girl, so we can get our makeup look to poppin', girl. And we're gonna focus on this, you know, 60s vibes. We're gonna get into this real quick, girl. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna smooth it out onto my face, rub it in a little bit, get it all moisturized, all prepped and primed, so we can get into our foundation. So now what we're gonna get into is my favorite foundation. We're gonna get into the Juviasplace I Am Magic foundation. I'm gonna pop that on, blend it out with my beauty blender, girl. We're gonna get a nice full foundation coverage because, you know, I'm breaking out a little bit, so we're gonna get into that full face beat, and then we're gonna get into our contour. And beauties, also this is what I'm using, the Juviasplace I Am Magic foundation over here. This is what it looks like. And beauties, I also did just clean all of my brushes and everything, my beauty blender, so we have a nice, you know, clean slate to get into for this makeup look. I got my full face beat on over here, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio. I'm gonna take my Ulta concealer brush and I'm gonna blend it out on my highlighter parts, and then we're gonna blend it out with our beauty blender to get a nice smooth finish to this foundation. So what I like to go into is into my BhCosmetics Brilliance bronzer and Bronze Babe, and we're gonna take our contoured areas and we're just gonna pack it on a little bit, and we're gonna do something a little different. You know, we're gonna kind of focus it more on the edges of over here and then just blend that out, girl. So we're gonna try to get that 60s vibe, but still kind of keeping it modern but also 60s feeling. For blush, I'm going into the Saharan Blush Volume 2 by Juviasplace, and then I'm gonna be taking these shades. I'm gonna be taking the shades Zula and B over here, and I'm gonna be blending those two shades together to get my nice beautiful effect over here. All right, beauties, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this concealer. So beauties, for setting my face, I'm gonna get into the KylieJenner setting powder in yellow over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pop a little bit on. I'm not gonna pop a little bit too much. We're not really gonna bake, we're kind of just gonna set this look together. But you guys know they got powdery back in the day, girl. They were getting down with some powder, girl. But I'm just gonna pop this on just a little bit. Okay, beauty, so I'm just really setting that, just setting this makeup in just a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of like, you know, just dust this off over here. Give it a little bit of a dust off, girl. We're not gonna be baking it today. All right, beauties, so that's what we're looking like after we did set this down over here, girl. All right, beauties, so what I'm doing to emphasize this 60s vibe makeup tutorial, so what I'm doing is I'm taking my Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and I did pop on a little bit of concealer on my under eyelash, and then popped on just a little bit of a cotton, like a cotton feel to it, so we can get a nice thick eyeliner because we're going for the Twiggy vibe. So what I'm gonna do is pack on my layer so we can get it nice and thick. All right, beauties, and then to really emphasize this, I'm gonna go into my Lorealparis mascara, and then I'm just gonna pop on that liner right underneath where we have our thicker eyeliner so we can get that nice Twiggy inspired vibe. And what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna swoop my eyeliner down just a little bit more and emphasize it a little bit. Alright, beauties, that's how it's looking like over here. I love this emphasis that we did give to this look. So I know Twiggy, you know, she only put it like a 1 down, but I really wanted to emphasize this look and do something different, so I gave it kind of like a sprout on each side, and I love how this look came out. It's definitely a very moody type of look. If you're definitely in a certain type of mood, girl, this is going to give you them moody vibes. So what I'm getting into this BhCosmetics palette is I'm going into this lighter shade over here, beauties, and we're going to give it a little bit of pop of color in the inner corner. I also did emphasize and I put a little bit more of a slash on the bottom, girls, so we can get into this Twiggy inspired vibe. And then I'm also gonna pop on a little bit of white liner on my lower lash line so we can emphasize a more brighter eyed look. To just brighten that inner eye corner just a little bit, beauties, and this is what it's looking like, girl. So now we are gonna get into our lips, beauties. So for lips, I will be right back, girl. All right, beauties, so I did really want to emphasize this 1960s vibes with a fro over here, girl, because I did look back up in the 1960s. They did get into a lot of afros. I know you guys also would say the 1970s also has a lot of afros as well. Basically, back in the early 1970s, they did have a lot of fros, but I'm definitely loving the vibes that I'm getting off of, you know, with this fro, girl. All right, beauty, so I'm gonna trace out my lips with this black pencil over here, girl, and then I'm gonna go into my Mary Luna Designs liquid matte lipstick in the shade Classy, and then we're gonna see how this turns out over here. Alright beauties, so that's what it's looking like with this lipstick in the shade Classy. Okay, so we have a very nice neutral type of tone vibe feel for this look because I didn't want to do anything too dramatic. So beauties, I'm also going to pair a little bit of my Revlon lip gloss in Sugar Violet. So beauties, I did just pop a little bit of Sugar Violet on the inner parts of my lips over here just to give it a little bit of an emphasis, a little bit of a boom bam. Okay, this look is completed over here, so now we're gonna get into setting our face. Okay beauty. All right beauty, so I'm getting into my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid setting mist. So I'm gonna spray this on my face so we can get this nice prepped and set. Alright my beautiful boos, this is the completed look to this 1960s inspired vibe over here for you beauties today. I hope you beauties did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, girl, so you don't miss an upload from me. Thank you so much for staying in tune to my videos, and I love you, and I will catch you on my next upload, girl. Okay, bye.